Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mennonites and milkmaids, welcome to TCR's stream of the TCR vs. FQC League Championship event. I'm Sir Charles, I'll be your commentator for the TCR stream here today. It'll be just me, so I hope you like my lovely voice. Obviously there will be a separate stream for FQC, and it'll be Cosmos 2, will be commentating that stream. Sorry, I don't believe we have a link to that. Nonetheless, welcome everyone. Let me quickly break down the format for you here. It is Trinity Competitive Racing versus FQC. It's a league versus league championship, 10 drivers from each league. We're running the custom cars, so no one knows who their teammates is. Just obviously could throw a wrench into things, especially when it comes to team tactics and possible double stacks. We're doing 2 events, 2 50% races at USA and Jeddah, so Circuit of the Americas. USA up first, one-shot qualifying right into the race. And we have a special points format as well. So, you know, they just have to make me, the announcer, do math on the fly here, so I can keep up with what's going on. Of course, so, you know, they just have to make my job much easier. I mean, there's a normal championship format as well as the game keeps track of it. I guess that's just too easy to use that. But that note aside, let me go into what the points format is. Top 14 score instead of the top 10. It'll be 40 points for first, 33 for second, 28, 25 for fourth, 22 for fifth, and 19, 16, 14, 12, 10 points for 10th place, then 8, 6, 4, and 2. The last 6 spots do not score any points, and of course there is a 1 point bonus for the fastest lap as well. And let me go in and double check that. Check that for you guys, just to make sure. Again, I apologize. Again, just me right here who is currently on it. And yes, it's just +1 for the fastest lap, so I just wanted to clarify that before we get into it. The lineup here for TCR is Seafreeze, the League Commish, 3-time Platinum Champion, Bats Plus, Season 12 Gold Champion, event and race winner in the Platinum class this past season, TJ, the Season 13, the defending Golden Class Champion, Mebby, Perfect Pond, who's a new driver to TCR, but showed great pace at the end, won a couple silver races there at the end. T-Brum, who didn't win, I don't even think he's also a new driver. I don't even think he got on the podium at the end of silver, but he was very quick at Coda in the silver race in the season finale. EDA Switchback, DeGabri, who has been painfully close to several podiums in both the silver and golden class this year. Flying Jippo making his return. I believe he's a former golden class champion, as well as Master of Monaco. Unfortunately not going to Monaco today. And then we have Antius Gaming, and I will be honest, I have no idea who that is. So yeah, I'm sure he has some sort of, oh, that's D'Angelo. So D'Angelo, golden class, finished 3rd in the golden class, or 4th in the golden class championship this year. He won several events as well. Was also part of the team of TJ, who won the constructors as well. Getting ready to ready up. Again, we'll go for one-shot qualifying. And of course, everyone else is for the FQC championship. It's changed for French Quebec Racing. It does feature Thibaut, who raced in TCR full-time. He won the Silver Class Championship this season. Obviously very quick at both USA and Jeddah. So we'll be looking for him to contend for the win in both races. He dethroned me at the Silver Class Championship this past season. So, any questions, leave them down below. I think I covered just about everything. We're about to get into one-shot qualifying here. Not entirely sure if there's any, if the weather is mixed or not. I probably just missed that there in the stream. And yes, there is a weather system. Getting tongue-tied here. It is on questionable weather, and DeGabri looks like we're going to have DeGabri for the first race, And it looks like afterwards, B-Tom will step in for Jeddah, it looks like. So B-Tom, the two-time Platinum Class champion and defending Platinum Class champion. Had a couple great battles with Bats Plus, Seafreeze, and Seafreeze the Commish, as well as the three-time Platinum Class champion. Did not win championship this year, but got came close to several wins this year, but didn't quite get the job done. Alright, drivers just finalizing their setups here. It'll be interesting. TCR, we try to coordinate our paint schemes. We'll see how well that worked out here, and they're already underway. Alright, there we go. Come off the final turn there. It's kind of. This is General Avocado. That's a great name. Here's Seafreeze in the white car. And it looks like most of the TCR guys were able to somewhat coordinate their paint schemes here. Just trying to get a look at it. Looks like it looks like TCR, we did a pretty good job of coordinating our paint schemes. We're going to go up to the top here. Yeah, I don't know. Why is this thing all over there? We're going to go on board here with TJ, your Golden Class champion. We are on strict corner cutting, so he might have his work cut out for him here. I always love the one-shot qualifying, because you can just see the positions changing throughout the lap. Who's gaining the advantage of which corner. Mebby and Tebow up front. TJ currently P4, and like I said, T-Brum P4 moving past TJ as well. Like I said, he's very quick at this track. TJ a little wide there. Just loses a lot of time through the sector. Gets very well through that turn. Starting to kind of arc it in wide. Go through this little dip here to ease back onto the throttle. So he did that very well, but he's still sliding down the order back to P6. Tebow looking like he is clearly in the lead. T-Brum P3. A lot of time to gain and lose there. TJ got through there very well up to P4. Into the final corner. A little bit of hesitation there on the wheel. TJ moves up to P3 across the line. It'll be TJ P3. Mebby and Tebow make out the front row. 31.8. That's a very quick time for open qualifying. Or one-shot qualifying, I should say. And look at how close those times are. Just 0.4 of a second separating your top 8 there. Seafreeze and Ledoux invalidating their lap times. Perfect Pond. Obviously having trouble on his lap, but he's just going to finish out the laps. So, probably banking on more people invalidating their laps than what did there. And it looks like TCR got the upper hand in one-shot qualifying. We'll go through the official results here in a second as they pop up. And it is Mebby for TCR, Tebow for FQR, or FQC, and TJ, then FQC again, SPM, that does not roll off the tongue at all. T-Brum for TCR, Bats Plus, TCR lockout of row 3, then Sifron and D'Angelo for TCR, Sifron, obviously for FQC, Switchback for TCR and P9, General Avocado, P10, like I said, great name. Flying Jippo, P11 for TCR, SST Max for FQC, and they have 3 of the FQC drivers there, and 12, 13, and 14 will go on down. And like I said, the guys at the bottom there, the last 3 definitely had some troubles there with their laps. And yeah, it looks like TCR just got a bit of an edge there in qualifying, but it is certainly going to be close. Appears I might be stuck on this screen. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was getting a little worried there for a second. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there's any weather Yeah, and I agree with Taz, or B-Tom there. TJ absolutely nailed the last two corners. And just 1/100th of a second separating the top two there. That was very tight. Like I said, just 0.4 of a second separating the top 8. It was a very tight qualifying. If you felt that was close, I imagine it'll be even closer for Jeddah. Well, that track does have a bit of a wider skill gap, so it might be a little bit wider. Well, it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, this race should be an easy one-stop strategy, soft to mediums or mediums to soft. Although, like I said, tire wear will be an issue here at COTA. You do feel it is, the race is long enough. You do feel the effects of tire wear. So, get a safety car here and there. You could see some guys end up two-stopping. Jeddah would be a easy, straightforward one-stop, soft to medium. Pretty easily, you would think. Again, tire wear, not really an issue there. Undercut's not really that powerful there, too. The undercut is very powerful here at COTA. That is one thing. The tires do drop off in a hurry. So like I said, if there's any sort of safety cars, you're going to see everyone diving on the pit road because of the tire fall off here. Yeah. Again, it'll definitely be interesting to see what Seafreeze does from the back of the grid. He has some experience doing that. Didn't quite work out for him in the Platinum race. He only has half the time here, though. Hey, if they can get it through cleanly here. And general rule of thumb, FQC is the red, well, with the red liveries, TCR with the white and blue liveries, generally speaking, that is. We'll go through the lineup here. Sorry, I'm not trying to give anyone a seizure here. I'm just trying to see here. The gold car there, that is D'Angelo. He is with TCR as well. It looks like they were able to pretty much coordinate it quite well, which I appreciate. Makes my job a little bit easier. Let me just get this stuff up. Jam, stop, tire. There are your tires. You see 11 through 14 on the mediums, everyone else on the softs. Again, if it's a green flag race all the way through, starting in the mediums could be, is always a good strategy. The problem is you can never count on that. I will say, though, that 2 to 3 races that TCR had, COTA was the season finale for TCR just a couple weeks ago. And 2 to 3 races there, the silver and the platinum race, went caution-free the entire way. So it is very possible that we do not see a safety car here today. I know this game's usually pretty trigger-happy for their safety cars. But like I said, it is possible that we go the entire distance without seeing a single safety car. As the black and red licorice train makes its way through Sector 3 here. Again, the Aldi showers are pretty darn good. So we don't expect to see any, you're saying you don't expect to see any amateurish mistakes with these guys. I said they're all pretty good, all the best. Some of the best from their respective leagues. That being said, it is technically kind of an all-starish race format. There are no points, technically no championships on the line, just pride for yourself, pride for the league. So while you won't see any, I say the amateurs move with a bit of a grain of salt, because I imagine there's going to be some aggressive racing here, especially right off the beginning. And like I said, hopefully you don't wad them up in turn 1, kind of like we did in the Platinum race, which kind of took the... Apparently I need to join a party so you can see my in-game mic. I see the problem there. Unfortunately, I'll take care of that if we get a safety car here. And we're off. 5 lights, and we're off to charge up the hill. Good start from Mebby. Really good start from one of the TCR guys there on the inside. So y'all make their way safely. A little bit of argy-barginess there. It'll be interesting to see if there's any contact in the back. I believe that's Bats Plus who got the good start there. I guess one bad thing about having 10 cars that all look the same, so you can't really tell who's who. You can tell the teams apart. You can't really tell who is who. It looks like Max is the only casualty of turn 1. Looked like he went for a spin. Trying to see here down through the back here. Oh, some cars going all over the place. Drivers going wide. A lot of jostling for position here. Does not look like anyone has wing damage. That is certainly a good thing. So we don't want anyone to have to make a pit stop, get off cycle, especially if this does tend to have a green flag. Look, doesn't look like Max has any wing damage either. So we'll go back to the front here. Flying Jippo holding off Cypher there. And back to the front. TJ's able to get around Tebow. We do have a caution. That's just a glitch from turn 1. Maybe there's some debris on the track. I'm not entirely sure what that is. TJ getting a little tail happy there. On the exited turn. Tebow right on his back bumper. I should say diffuser. It isn't NASCAR. Come on, Charles. TJ looking forward. He's got a little bit of a gap over Bats plus T-Brum there. Again, Tebow is the only FQC driver in the top 5 at the moment. He's going to go forward, and Switchback has retired from the session. And that is a VSC right as Tebow is getting ready to pass TJ there. So unfortunate timing for Tebow. And unfortunate for the Switchback. Switchback there. He is out of the race. And let's just take one look here at the position changes here. As you can see, Ludu and P9 up 11 spots from the start. Seafreeze up 2. Flying Jippo down 5. He's also a big loser on that. Max down 7. Other than that, we have some pretty good Pond. Perfect Pond might have had some wing damage there. He's in the pits. Go back to the tire. Yeah, it's TCR 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 10 right now as they run. D'Angelo with a good jump there on. God, Tebow for a good jump there on SPQCM. That does not roll off the tongue at all. I'm trying my best here, folks. He makes that pass, and now TCR occupying 5 of the top 6 position as Fred Lobb 29 gets the first victim of the time penalties again here, and Jeddah. We've seen this earlier. Oh, we have another safety car. What is going on here? Is this a full VSC? Yeah, it looks like they're still racing, so this might be a glitch on the timing screen there. And I believe that is what it is. DRS is enabled, yes, that's just a glitch. I'm not entirely sure why the whole track is yellow. He's going to go for a move right here. Down the inside. D'Angelo trying to go for the switchback. They are side by side, and D'Angelo's going to concede the spot here. DeGabri making a move on General Avocado. He has a hungry train behind him. Again, like I said, here and Jeddah, there's going to be a lot of free second time penalties. You're going to see a lot of those popping up. Whole train of cars here. DeGabri has 3 of the FQC drivers right behind him. General Avocado, Fred Lobb, and Matt Rofer. You see Perfect Pond going for a dive on the inside of Rofer. They are side by side. Jippo's right behind him as well. Everyone here in DRS train, so it's going to be difficult to make any passes unless you do it the hard way like Perfect Pond did. Oh, and Matt really drove it in deep there. It's going to open the door for Jippo here. Again, Jippo on the medium tires as well as Fred Lobb. Jippo's going to hang it around the outside here. He should get the move done, and he does. We'll go move back to Seafreeze, who has made some patient progress up to the field. He's up 4 spots from the start. You see Mebby already out as a 2.5 lead. General Avocado gets around his teammate. One driver into the pits already. Let's see what this is about. Maybe he just wanted to get out of Hornets and get into a clean track. It'll be interesting to see. Is he putting on a wing change? He is. He's changing his front wing. So trouble again for a few of the FQC drivers here right at the start. As Seafreeze makes up another 2 spots. He's making good progress through the field. He's got Perfect Pond as well as Flying Jippo right in front of him. Again, DeGabri is kind of, I wouldn't say he's corking the bottle, because it looks like it's actually Fred Lobb who's corking the bottle here. Fredlov's actually just... Actually, no, I think he's going to get DRS off the Gabri here. We'll go on board. Check up here, Flying Jippo. Very lovely paint scheme there, livery. Jippo let the perfect pawn by. So TCR guys working together there. I'd imagine Jippo would let Seafreeze by here pretty shortly as well. And Jippo, haven't seen him much on this game. But we do know, like I said, former Golden Clash champion, we do know he does have pace. A little wiggle there and penalty return. Fredlov with DRS onto Gabri. Does not go for it. Not close enough, but that's because he's got his hands full of perfect Pond. And Pond will get the drive off. The Gabri tries to slow down to give perfect Pond a way through here. They're going to be side by side. That's never going to work. And Fredlov comes out second best in that. He'll be very frustrated with that. And now we have the train behind the Gabri now, the TCR train. And oh, Jippo with a little bit of a wiggle there. Hopefully he does not have wing damage there. I think he got into the back of the Gabri. This is Team Max into the pits as well. We'll go up front. We have a position change. It is. Looks like it's Tebow and TJ going side by side for P3. Bats Plus has gotten through in both of them, so I apologize to Bats Plus if you're watching this back. He's obviously been making good progress here. Tebow's going to have the preferred line here. We'll see if he can hold it. Tebow being very nice here. He could have tried and squeeze TJ out. Looks like TJ's going to get the spot. And now his job to stay in the DRS range of Bats Plus. So TCR clearly getting the upper hand here at the start of race number 1. Again, there are 2 races here, 2 50%ers, each with 1 shot qualifying. And Seafreeze already up in the scoring positions. So Matt Roofer coming in the latest victim of the 3-second time penalties. Fredlov now with a 3-second time penalty as well to add insult to injury for him, because like I said, he had to spun 1 lap ago. The Gabri now into the pits. He looks like he did pick up damage. So it's the Gabri, the first of the TCR drivers to really, well, switch back. Had trouble, so the Gabri, another TCR driver, having a little bit of trouble here. These 4 drivers online. You see D'Angelo there kind of all by himself. He's having a bit of a lonely race. Down perfect pond now. Went to the back of General Avocado. This will be the battle for P8. Seafreeze not too far behind them. The only other close battle there is we see is would be 13 from 15, but it's the FQC drivers. Tebow into the pits, trying to make something happen. We saw him do this in the silver race as well. He pitted very early on the same lap, actually. And like I said, the undercut is very powerful here, so it'll be interesting to see what happens to Tebow here. We'll see where he comes out at here. So we'll switch up real quick. I just want to make sure that Pond is not going to overtake on Avocado. And looks like this is going to work out quite well for Tebow. He's going to have fresh tires. He'll come out behind his teammates, his league mates, if you will, and they should all let him go. And there he is. Yep, Roofer getting out of the way. Doo-doo with a 3-second penalty. That actually says Doo-doo. Interesting name. We're going to go up to perfect pond here. He'll be setting up a move on General Avocado. So yeah, Tebow will be looking to make some quick progress here, and he should have the fastest. Oh, big wiggle there from General Avocado. He should have be very quick over the past couple laps. And pit window is pretty wide here. You'll see some guys pit around lap 8, 9. Some guys can take it all the way to like lap 11 or 12. Like I said, I usually prefer to pit around lap 8 or 9. Tebow's the only one I've ever seen pit on like lap 6. But like I said, with the tire fall off the way it is, you can make that work. So even though it's generally a one-stopper, there is some strategy options for the drivers here. Perfect Pond moves himself into P7. Bats Plus responds to Tebow here. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out at. No real other close battles on the track aside from Tebow, who, like I said, his teammates have all let him through. Oh, on Perfect Pond. That was his Achilles heel at the end of the season in TCR. The guy is lightning quick, but he does tend to pick up 3-second time penalties a lot. And Tebow jumped Bats Plus there, despite just the one lap over. Gosh, no, Bats Plus is right, comes out in front of Tebow, rather. So the undercut did not work. Nonetheless, Tebow is right behind Bats Plus, basically right where he was at the start of this pit cycle. Which I think Bats Plus was slightly ahead, so Tebow probably gained about a second to do that, but it wasn't enough to overtake Bats Plus. Oh, and General Avocado, 3-second time penalties. He just pitted as well. Interesting, him and Perfect Pond, two guys who were battling there, just both got the 3-second time penalties on that last lap. Bats Plus goes defensive, trying to break the draft from Tebow. Both him and Tebow are using their battery. Tebow's probably going to go for a move here. And I think he's going to think better of it. Bats Plus, oh! Tebow really drives it in there. Tebow is really good on the brakes here. That's one thing I noticed from racing with him in TCR this season. Looks like Bats Plus does a good job hanging on the outside. Protect the inside there, Bats. That's a really good spot to absolutely send dive bombs there in that double left-hander. You better believe me that Tebow probably would have gone to that if it would have been the last couple laps or so. But it's a little early in the race for that, as you see Mebby and D'Angelo pitting on lap 9. I should take that back, lap 8. TJ just crossed the line to go on to lap 9. These guys pitting on lap 8. Everyone's in the pits. Oh, and TJ gets a 3-second time penalty. You almost never see that from TJ. So that's unfortunate for him. Thankfully, him and TCR boys have got out a pretty good lead here, as Tebow continues to hound Bats Plus. Again, this is for net P2 on track. See Mebby there. He's got a 1.6-second gap to Bats Plus. Mebby is your net leader of the race as it runs right now. D'Angelo, 3-second time penalty. Again, a lot of drivers who usually don't see 3-second time penalties are getting 3-second time penalties here today. Tebow dumping the battery here. He's going to make this move stick. And Bats Plus slots in right behind him. Both of them pretty low in battery. Mebby, pretty good in battery. Got his TCR running mate in front of him. As TJ comes into pits. The Magic Perfect Pond will follow suit here shortly. Come on, Perfect Pond still has to make a pit stop. Or does he? No, he does not. I think Pond pitted him lap. Okay, let me check that for you all real quick. Yeah, that is correct. Pond has not made a pit stop. So again, it's Mebby, who's in the net leader of the race, 1.7 seconds over Tebow. Bats Plus, looks like he's dropping back from Tebow here. He doesn't want to get outside of DRS range. You would expect Jippo here to get out of the way. T-Brum getting a 3-second time penalty. At this point, you probably don't get out of the way. Just give your man DRS and let him get on his way. exactly what's going to happen here. X Plus closing back in on Tebow. Let me get that. Let me get that. I still don't have it right. Oh shoot, there we go. My bad, folks. D'Angelo now in battle with Godla 6, I believe. I believe I'm reading that right. Then we have the fax machine right behind D'Angelo here. As Perfect Pond makes his pit stop. D'Angelo should have an easy overtake here, although Mr. 6 here is using all of his battery to defend from D'Angelo, and D'Angelo's going to have this overtake pretty easily as the fax machine follows him through. So now D'Angelo is going to have to try and work out this gap, or else I'm just going to call him the fax machine, because I don't even know what to make of that name. But anyway, he'll be running away, and he is in a pretty good spot, I will admit. No time penalties. Problem is that if you look ahead of D'Angelo, it's 5.7 seconds up to TJ. Yeah, those guys are pretty much all... As Tebow has gotten up to Mebby, who is disconnected. That is a huge development for the TCR drivers. Oh, this could be disaster for TCR. Or it looks like he's... Yeah, he is definitely disconnected here. No, this is kind of weird. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it's something on my end. Maybe he's definitely ghosted, although it does not look like there's an AI driving his car. It looks like it's definitely a person, as you saw from that big wiggle he had earlier. Yeah, I think it's an AI driving his car. He's losing a lot of time. Jippo now trying to harass Tebow here as much as he can to let Bats Plus come up. This is huge right here. Just very unfortunate for the TCR drivers. This, like I said, it was looking like TCR was going for an easy win here in race 1. That might not happen, but Jippo is doing a huge favor here, putting on his best Sergio Perez impersonation here to let Bats Plus back into this race. I do believe Bats Plus had fallen outside of DRS range. Godla 6, we were just talking about him. He's picked up a penalty as well. So now if you're looking at it, it looks like, I think TCR is in decent position to get more points in this race. The problem is, it's most points over a 2-point period. You want to have that as big of a cushion as possible going into the second race, obviously. You saw the light flashing in the back of Tebow's car. That means he is out of battery. Let's see, maybe still disconnected. So now it moves TJ into P4. Again, Jippo has to make a pit stop. D'Angelo has been able to pull away from the fax machine. And we're having that timing glitch that this game likes to throw, so we don't know what the intervals are. See him crossing line. Bats Plus just under a second behind Tebow. Right now, Jippo is probably just out there hoping for a safety car. Godla 6 pits finally. He's one of the runners on mediums. Jippo can probably go to about lap 18. I'd say that's probably about where he wants to pit. Put on the softs. And he started on the medium tires. Perfect Pond, fastest lap of the race. And I'm assuming you have to be in the points to get that fastest lap point. I'm assuming it doesn't just go to anybody, as Pond is in P9. But then again, like I said, there's a weird point system in this event, so you never know. old fax machine is staying just inside of DRS range, and we got T-Brum and Perfect Pond right behind him. They'll be looking to overtake him, but like I said, SPMQ, Mr. Fax Machine here, is no time penalty. So like I said, if he stays in this little group here, that'll be very favorable for him. But he's really struggled to stay in range of this D'Angelo here, and drives a bit deep in that corner. That might just do it for him. He might be outside of DRS range now, but he gets right back into it. We saw Fred Lob all the way back in 17th. That's, I believe, his second 3-second time penalty. And D'Angelo just could not quite get through that last sector. Off the bats plus, here's the battle for the lead. Jippo, I'll say, on the really old mediums, has done a good job of staying with these guys in DRS range. But Bats Plus, you see him, he was kind of missing the apexes there, but obviously not too bad, because the gap stayed at 0.7 of a second between him and Tebow. Like I said, Jippo not really here in the battle for the lead, although he basically is on track. He still has to make a pit stop. TJ now also joining the group. He's in DRS range. Mebby looks like he might have joined back in, because he's no longer gaining time, or losing time, I should say, and his car is not ghosted anymore. So Mebby might be back in the race, which is crucial for TCR. Like I said, TCR currently running 2 through 6. Let me probably read that 2 through 5, because like I said, Jippo has to make a pit stop, and he'll drop well down the order. Probably slide in right ahead of DeGabri, I would think, or maybe ahead of TC Freeze, who's currently P10. TCR can really squash the hope of FQC making a comeback in this event if Bats Plus or TJ or Mebby or one of these guys are able to come back and get the win here. You gotta think if Mebby gets close to TJ will just let him go. I think TJ is just letting, or Jippo is just letting TJ go. I don't think that was a bright move, because you saw Jippo got a little bit of a wiggle there. Jippo, he's going to be careful not to get a penalty, but yeah, should just let Mebby go here. And if Mebby ever gets close to TJ, I imagine TJ would just let him go as well. Because like I said, Mebby does not have the penalty, and TJ does. I mean, kind of a weird dynamic. You're on a team of 10 instead of a team of 2. It doesn't really matter who wins here. Like I said, because this is a there's no driver championship awarded here. It's all about league versus league, TCR versus FQC. And Matt Lufer with another 3-second time penalty. And Jippo letting Mebby through. And like I said, Jippo I think still has pretty decent pace, so it'll be interesting to see if he can just hop on the back of the train here. TJ was able to get back onto the DRS Bats Plus very quickly. Good for him, as well as Mebby. He's only 1.3 seconds behind, so if Mebby can join that train, like I said, Mebby's a man on a mission right now. He feels like this win was rightfully his. He really hasn't set a foot wrong, just bad luck with the internet. Meanwhile, he missed a pass. T-Brum has gotten around old Mr. Fax Machine here for FQC. Pond is going to be challenging him as well. This is for P8. And we have Seafreeze, who's making up time on those 4. But like I said, Seafreeze started at the back in P19, I believe. So up 9 spots from the start. We'll go back to the front here. And Mebby has closed in. He's within DRS range now of TJ. Bats Plus looking really good with the ERS management. That is one thing he's really good at. Tebow, that was one of the things he struggled with in the season. One of the few things he struggled with, because let me tell you, he dominated Silver Class this year. He's not the best at managing his ERS. That could bite him here towards the closing stages of this race. Now, if Mebby within DRS range of TJ, if he gets any closer to TJ, I imagine TJ should pull over and let him go, because, like I said, Mebby does not have a 3-second time penalty. TJ is still in a very good spot. Like I said, he has a huge gap behind him to T-Brum. T-Brum again, like I said, he's having a pretty good race. Got D'Angelo, and there's a huge train right here. It's from T-Brum all the way down to Perfect Pond, and Seafreeze has gained 0.6 of a second here, 0.7 of a second within the last lap. So I gotta mention, you give it 2 laps, Seafreeze will be joining this train as well. D'Angelo fell behind T-Brum there for a little bit. The Jippo finally pits. Oh, and a big dive there. I was not expecting that. We'll see what D'Angelo decides to do here. He will let Perfect Pond go. Like I said, Perfect Pond has certainly, I think, he has really good pace here. He's able to keep up with Tebow in the silver race. And when Tebow went back and forth in that race. Seafreeze now only 1.3 seconds behind. You gotta keep in mind, this might be closer than you think between FQC and TCR. You gotta keep in mind, the top 14 score, not the top 10. The FQC does have a fair bit of positions further down the order. Perfect Pond gets around Mr. Fax Machine there, a little bit of contact, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. So does D'Angelo. Okay, so they were 3 wide. That's interesting. Ooh, a little bit of wiggle there. Like I said, tire wear is an issue. There's a lot of slow traction zones here. Well, yeah, it's pretty common around this track to see guys slip-sliding about. Oh, whoa! What's going on here? He just lost it randomly. That was a really weird spin. You usually don't see a spin there. But for someone who had no time penalties, that's going to cost him big time, because he's in a really good spot. Tebow is now coming into the pits. What happened to Tebow? Oh, I must have missed that completely. I apologize, folks, not paying attention to the front of the race here. But Tebow somehow must have gotten wing damage or something. Certainly wasn't worth him pitting. Even if he had a little bit of wing damage, you would think it would have been more points efficient for him to just stick it out, especially looking at the gaps here. 10 to go though. I think he can still get up to T-Brum here. Yeah, I think Tebow can still get P4 in this race. And now you're looking at TCR 1 through 7. So this event might be over as it stands right now. I'm sure Tebow will finish higher than P8, assuming he has a clean run to the finish. But man, this has gone belly up for FQC here in a hurry. Like I said, Tebow is really the guy carrying the torch for him, and now they've had problems. I'm sure there could be a steward review there if something did happen. Like I said, I apologize, folks, for missing that. But now, if you're these guys, Jippo gets his first 3-second time penalty. I said everyone around him, aside from Tebow, has a penalty as well. But Jippo does get the fastest lap. That's another point TCR's way, although I look for Tebow to get it this lap, although Tebow is closing in on D'Angelo here, so I don't think that's going to happen here. We'll go back to that battle. Like I said, if you're the top 3, now it's kind of an awkward position if you're the top 3. I'd imagine they'd probably just keep it in line here a little bit. Oh, we got a spinner. Who is that? It looks like, that might have been Max there. Probably just getting on the way to leaders, lost concentration a little bit of a half spin. That's Tebow. Goes for an aggressive move there before the DRS straight. So he has much better tires as Doo-Doo. It's another 3-second time penalty. FQC is... Oh! And we got a wreck! Seafreeze! has spun it. I missed what happened there. Well, let me take a look here. Fortunately, I have my phone here. See the replay. Fortunately, I got a good view of it on the stream here. So let's see what happened here. TC Freeze just went for a spin there. I don't know what happened. Whoa, and it looks like, yeah, D'Angelo just got into the back of Freeze there. And spun him around. And guys, you're on the same team here. I mean, that's going to cost valuable points for TCR, especially with Freeze having no time penalties. I mean, that's just not something you'd want to do. I don't know if there's a lag issue there. It was a really bizarre incident. And Tebow just there to pick up the scraps. Alright, so Stephen Jones, answer your question. FQC is French Quebec Championship. It's the league we are currently racing. So there are 10 TCR drivers, representatives here, and 10 FQC representatives in this race. And Jippo gets another 3-second time penalty. He's really been putting it down here. Man, what happened? Like, D'Angelo, like, where are you going? That was just so bizarre. You see the lap car Max getting out of the way. He just ran into him in the middle of a straightaway. Like, I don't understand why you do that. As D'Angelo lets Jippo by. Oh, let's bring up the penalties here. We have had a lot of those coming in. We get T-Bum 6 seconds of penalties. So Tebow should get him very easily, and probably Pond as well. Jippo 9 seconds of penalties. That's going to really hurt him. General Avocado in a pretty good spot. Seafree is still in a decent spot here, so we have Jippo coming from way off the track. Well, that was bizarre. Yeah, Jippo needs to hold his stuff together here as now Tebow claims the fastest lap. Oh man, this is really gone. Man, I still can't get over that incident on the backstretch. That was just so bizarre. Oh, as the fax machine picks up the fastest lap. Again, it does not matter in terms of oh, and D'Angelo almost loses it there. We're seeing a lot of guys really struggle here. Fortunately, if you're the top three, it looks like TCR's going to have a podium lockout here. If you're the top three, just keep it steady, keep it easy. Right now, if you're Tebow and both these guys out of batteries, battle for P5 here. If you're these two, just hold up Tebow as much as possible. Like I said, it shouldn't be an issue. Oh, Tebow gets a 3-second time penalty. Of course, he was kind of forced a bit wide there, but from T-Brum, but T-Brum had the inside there. Now, I've raced with Tebow the entire season in Silver Class. I believe that's the first 3-second time penalty I've ever seen him get. He said that last penalty wasn't really his fault, I think. He was kind of pushed wide there by T-Brum. Like I said, T-Brum had the line. And that's part of the reason why TCR went to regular corner cutting for a short while. Because, that's just a racing incident. There was T-Brum gets another 3-second time penalty there. That was clear as day. That was more just racing. There wasn't really Tebow extending the track, per se. Yeah, T-Brum tries to do the same thing again, but Tebow had the momentum there. Let's see if we can find some good battles here. The yellow in Sector 3, I believe it's just Max again getting out of the way. He'll be hoping for Jeddah. This race has certainly not gone his way. But aside from this battle right here, not a whole lot happening. See the gaps there on the left side of your screen, and it is pretty much everyone tit for tat, and sort of top three really aren't battling here. I'd imagine Bats Plus would want to stay close to Mebby and maybe try something on the last lap. You don't want to do anything to take your teammates out of the race. As Tebow makes an easy pass there, but he runs a bit deep. Tebow ran a bit deep there on that turn, and him in perfect pond. Oh man, these guys had a full race battle in the Silver Class finale here at Coda. And a little bit of rubbing there. You can imagine they're probably just like, get out of my way. Don't want to do any of this again. Let's find Jippo has gotten past D'Angelo. Let's see where Seafreeze is. Seafreeze is within the 3 seconds for General Avocado. VSC, virtual safety car. Is someone going to risk coming into the pits here? Oh, Seafreeze is thinking about it. He decides to stay out. And Lodu comes into the pits. I think it's a good... Ah, man. I was Seafreeze. I would have almost jumped on that. I don't know, but there's only 6 laps to go here. I might have been just a bit late. As Fredlov retires in the pits. DeGabry! Oh no, DeGabry! He was running into points. And a 5-second speeding penalty. That will certainly hurt him. He's throwing away crucial points there. Looks like Fredlov retired on the exit there. That's a bit of an odd retirement there. He looks like he retired once the ZSC came out. That could be wrong. Could be making stuff up for the sake of drama. But anyway. I agree with you, Jones, there, that time penalty was kind of dumb, but thankfully for Tebow, I don't think it's going to make a difference in the final, his final result here today, or at least in race 1. Full safety car now! Oh no! And the leaders had just passed the pits! Oh, horrible timing! Oh, this is going to really shake things up. Tebow just got an absolute gift, but he stays out! And Jippo comes into the pits. I'm shocked that these guys are staying out. Yeah, I think everyone behind him will be coming into the pits. Especially Tebow and Pond. I mean, this is horrible. I mean, I think Mebby's going to have. I think he's going to have enough cars in between him and the guys behind him to be able to hang on for a win there. But he's lucky that Tebow and Pond stayed out, as well as T-Brum. But, like, T-Brum, Pond, Tebow, they're going to be sitting ducks as Jippo's going to come out in P7, but he said he has 9 seconds of time penalties. The fax machine stays out. Oh, he's going to be a sitting duck. For guys like Seafreeze and, you know, the fax machine there, and P8, and as well Seafreeze, guys who have no time penalties. Actually, the fax machine, where did he get a penalty at? I missed him getting a penalty. Hold on, let me see something here. That's a 3-second time penalty, yeah. So look out for DeGabry, though, or should, because he'll be able to serve his speeding penalty. Although I think he's got to worry about catching up to the field first. I think that's what he's doing now. But yeah, this is going to work out great for Seafreeze. Look at all. If you're a Seafreeze, I mean, look at all the guys ahead of you. Like T-Brum, Jippo, 9 seconds. Luda, 6 seconds. All these guys have 30 seconds of time penalty at least. Seafreeze could get a podium here. Like, legit. Oh, man, I am still... Tebow and Pond passed up a golden opportunity. I think this race was... I'm shocked that these two did not pit. Or these three, I should say. That was an easy decision there, but hey. I shouldn't be giving these guys strategy advice, because obviously I had some quality Adam Gustafson strategy calls during this past season in Silver Class. If you got that reference, we can be friends. But yeah, strategy, spur-of-the-moment strategy decisions have not been kind to me this past season in TCR. Oh boy. My, how the turntables. Yeah, top 3 were past the pits. Like I said, that's why I got really excited there for a second, because that was just horrendous timing for the top 3. But yeah, the Tebow and Pond and T-Brum, I don't have any defense for them. But we'll see how it works out for them. And DeGabri, like I said, serving his speeding penalty. And if they go green this time, it'll be a 3-lap shootout. 16 drivers in the race, 14 get points. Remember, if you retire in the last 2 laps, you'll still get classification for points. Yeah, and I was saying that penalty was not going to affect Tebow. Well, it certainly will now, because I mean, I think he can get up and challenge Bats and Mebby, but you know, there's no point in it. Like, he's not. I mean, unless something drastic happens, he's not going to pull 3 seconds on those two in 3 laps. And I think we should get going green this time by. It should be a 3-lap shootout. I hope the safety car comes in this lap. We'll go up to the front here. Go on board with Tebow, see what type of jump he gets. I do have a feeling that action will be behind him with the guys on fresh tires. Jippo D'Angelo. Fax machine. That does not roll off the tongue. I don't know what that's supposed to be. And I guess we're going another lap. Oh, that's a late call. And let's just stack everyone up here. Get this little graphic out of the way. A lot of shuffling happening behind him. It's going to be a good jump there from Tebow. TJ and Tebow will be battling for P3 here. Oh, and Tebow looks like he tries to go for it. And Tebow got a penalty, but I don't think that one's going to stand. That's just a giant stack up there on the start. Seafree's now up to P12. The big step up. Oh, and it's a spin! That's Tebrum, and Tebow is out. Oh, no. So Tebrum and Tebow both got sideways there. And you saw Tebow getting across the track and collect Tebrum there. Tebrum just no place to go. Went from bad, from worse to him. It's now Seafreeze is now up to P8 on track. Looks like XSPM also got caught up in that mix as well. He dropped back from P8 all the way down to P14. Oh man, I got my eyes on Seafreeze here though. We got a lot of guys here, and let's look at the top 6. TCR 1 through 6. Seafreeze now in 7. And Seafreeze there's really nothing to gain for him for moving up any. He's done what he needs to do for the team. With no time penalties here, he's not going to lose any spots just by sitting here. Perfect Pond with a 3-second time penalty. That could hurt him with the guys behind him. There's Jippo. Looking like he's going to try and win it on track here. And why not? Yeah, Perfect Pond now is under threat from General Avocado. No, technically, Avocado. Let me announce her, make my own rules. Oh, we have one guy. Looks like General Avocado is really coming across the track. Oh, we got a yellow flag. 3-second time penalty for Ledoux. That should just about do it for him. He's going to drop way back here in the final standings. Perfect Pond and General Avocado side by side for P8. So Avocado should have this position pretty handily as well, though. With all the time penalties, especially to guys like Jippo, you know, he's going to try to want to get up as far as he can to maximize points for his team. All these guys are kind of just taking their time as Ledoux goes for a big dive, and there's a lot of contact there. Hopefully TJ didn't get any damage there. It looked like he was able to escape damage. course, TJ just needs to stay within, 6 seconds of Ledoux there. Because Ledoux is on fresh tires. Like I said, a lot of these guys are on fresh tires. This Flying Jippo has flown past these guys up into the lead in just 2 laps. Of course, like I said, he had an easy path to get there. Guys were just getting out of his way. Ledoux trying to do his best for FQC. His 9 seconds of time penalties, it's not good. I mean, he's just trying to get gaps on the guys behind him here at this point. Bats Plus, he just needs to hold him up for as much as possible. Godless 6, another time penalty as well. How much is that for him? I've seen his name a lot. That's 12 seconds of time penalties, but he's down to P14. He'll get the last point, or last 2 points, I should say. That's Plus dumping the battery. Oh, there we go! 3 wide! Seafreeze and Ledoux going side by side. Lucky that turned out well for them. And like I said, Seafreeze is going to get a podium out of this. I do believe. Oh, he even gets second. Seafreeze, the big benefactor there from that safety car. I think it's going to be a lot of good points here for TCR. FQC is going to have a lot to do in the second round at Jeddah. Seafreeze at the win! As Mebby, I think, got a penalty on the last lap. What happened there? Oh, I think, did Mebby just throw away another one? Oh, what is going on? I felt like how did D'Angelo get up there? I'm confused. Oh, D'Angelo was right up there. Okay. Oh, that's right. So Mebby actually, okay, so that's what that was. That's what, okay. So what happened was Mebby is the winner, but there's a glitch in this game that when you disconnect, you automatically get set back about 5 or 6 seconds for some reason. And it affects everybody. It's been in the game for like the past 3 years, since like F1 2019. So Mebby actually did win the race. It's just that since he disconnected and built the race, for some reason there's just that timing glitch. It sets him back about 7 or 8 seconds. So Mebby wins. It's actually Seafreeze second. D'Angelo, who I forgot all about, gets a solid podium in P3. So Mebby is actually your winner here. Just note that there on the final score sheets. And now I have to do math, because they have this weird point system here. And go Mebby P1, Seafreeze P2, alright, so yeah, so Mebby did win. Let's just get that out of the way. D'Angelo P3. And then we're going to go... I'm going to have to pause my stream here. I have this on my phone as well, just so I can say... just so I can see replays and such. But yeah, Mebby stayed within the track limits. Mebby did nothing wrong there. I think it was just the timing glitch. As you can see there, he has no penalties. Jippo +1 of the fastest lap in P5. Jippo +1. I'm gonna pause it right there. Alright, so Jippo, D'Angelo, and I apologize, folks. Well, I'm going to, as I tally up the points here. And yeah, TCR for commanding lead going into race 2. Alright, so now we'll be going to Jeddah. And it looks like everyone done bailed on the lobby. That is bizarre. Alright, well, I'll be back here. I'm not entirely sure if there's going to be a new lobby here. Yeah, that's race 1. We're here at this makeshift halftime report. That safety car sure did throw a wrench into everything. And I don't understand why there needs to be a new lobby, but we might be switching lobbies here, in which case I will be back up with a new stream here shortly. Actually, I'll just leave the stream going. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Yeah, I will try to tally up the points here. I'm going to need a calculator. So let me do a bunch of mental math here. Alright, so TCR, commanding lead here. Let me just do some more math. 29. Alright, so the score from round number 1. Let me just check, make sure there's not a new lobby up. And there is going to be a new lobby. I will accept that invitation here. Just give me a second, folks. It does not look like it's going to let me join, so I'm going to have to start a new stream, unfortunately. Oh, that sucks. That is not good. Try this one more time before I cut the stream here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to stop this broadcast. We'll be back with part 2 in the race at Jeddah here in a bit.